Okay, let me make sure I'm online. Okay. Hello, I'm Alex from A.P.Ink. So today is going to be a sketchbook tour video. This is a thick one. Uh, this is one that I made myself out of various papers. Um, Flipping through here to make sure it was full. I do have quite a few uh, failed arts. So I also started this in 2021. So I've been working on this for a little bit because it was so thick. This is I think it's mixed media paper, but some alcohol. If I can actually turn the page again. This is alcohol marker of coral. I was swatching colored pencil and a couple of different alcohol markers. Here I was testing a set of fine liners, fine line pens that were supposed to be for like adult coloring. I just wanted to see what I could kind of do with them freehand. I had made this book this big, this thick, because I thought I was getting ready to uh, do some more traveling. I used to travel for work prior to the pandemic. I I kind of like how these ones came out even still, even after all the time that I made these. To me, it kind of resembles uh, those old like black and white photos. Maybe it doesn't to you, but that's the vibe I get from it. But just like some sea turtles, an attempt at like fish swimming around coral, an attempt at free-handed jellyfish, an attempt at free-handed uh, starfish. I tried to redeem myself with this one. A lot of these are just doodles. A silhouette of a seahorse. Another silhouette of a seahorse. Here I was doodling with those fine liner pens again. I think here I was just doing like an abstract, I think. Or no, I think I was testing out um I can't think of the name brand, but they're like in the vein of like Tombow markers. I was still doodling with those Tombow-esque markers. I think I was kind of inspired by the um, pour paint, if you can actually see the white detail. I was just doodling here, I think. coral, seagrass, or whatever. I was trying to create like a gradient. Didn't really come across, I think. Maybe because of the markers I was using. A second attempt at it. A third attempt at it. Again, not all of these are going to be masterpieces. A lot of these are just doodle sessions to see if I could come up with anything. An attempt at a jellyfish. I think this is a, oh, I got cuttlefish written here. Another cuttlefish. Sea slug. This, though, I had used a white Posca pen to try to put in that white detail after inking. Seal. Shark. This is a project I had started and kind of forgotten about. Here I was just doodling seashells just to try to fill up pages. I think either that or it was practice. I think this one, I was using one of those blending nubs, and I think I started here and then like pulled the color out just with the blending nub to see what kind of effect I could get of a shell. An attempt at a conch shell. I think that's how you say it. There's another one. I used that same blending nub from here to try to blend out. I swat. Okay, so this book has mixed media paper, gray toned sketchbook paper, black sketchbook paper, and brown, gray, black, and brown paper. And I went through and I swatched the markers and the colored pencil on all of them just to see how the paper would handle those. An attempt at a cherry with colored pencil. An abstract. Again, some of these I was just doodling to see what I could come up with. All colored pencil. An attempt at like a half moon. I think I got this far and decided to move on because I didn't like how it was coming out. I've got a couple like this. There's a full moon. I had, as I was going through this, I tried to separate them out as I finished the year. Like as I got to the end of a year, I was trying to like separate it out. I was trying to uh, do like sliver moon, I think, here with colored pencil. I don't think the camera is really picking it up, but this is not white. There's grays and yellow in here. I think an attempt at moon, but it's so oblong. Yeah, moon phases. Again, an attempt at like a sliver moon. The moon. A jellyfish. I think most of these I may have actually done on stream way back when. Kind of a doodled, I think a maple leaf, like a stylized, but it came out so wonky. I think I was attempting some kind of design here. Yeah, okay. So there are a few things that I have tried to do repeatedly, and I just cannot get to look right. I was trying to create the Aurora Borealis. I may have actually been using a reference for this. I mean, I would call this a fail. This was actually white paper. I just filled it in with black around this. It kind of looks neat on camera, but yeah, not good. Kind of an abstract of some sort. I don't remember what I was thinking for all of these, but to me, I'm seeing like water and land. Same thing here, like islands in the water. An abstract that I created, I think with colored pencils. I was doodling with those same pencils here. Black, sunburst yellow, and Scarlet Lake. An attempt, I think they call them mandalas. Okay, here we're getting into a project. So I tried to create or recreate constellations. So I did one for each. This is Aries. This is all colored pencil on gray tone paper. This is Taurus. I did these with reference. This is Gemini. I've got the details written on the back here. This is Cancer. This is Leo. Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, which some of these you can, at least to me, not all of them look like the shapes they're, or animal symbols, whatever they're supposed to represent, but here I can see like the scorpion tail. Sagittarius, Aquarius. Nope. Hang on. That's more than one page. Capricorn. That's Capricorn. This is Aquarius. Pisces. And then from here, from the constellations, I got into the actual symbols. This is the same series of colored pencils that I use here, plus white Posca pen. And actually for here, I also used a white Posca pen in the center of each of these stars. Aries. I should know all these symbols. But I did these 3 years ago now, which I'm kind of surprised. It doesn't seem like that long ago. Taurus. Gemini, I believe. Yep, Gemini. Cancer. Leo. Virgo. Libra. Scorpio? That's Scorpio. Pisces. Sagittarius. Capricorn. Pisces, I think. Nope, Aquarius. My mistake. I should have known that. Okay, and then from there, I went into characters. I think these are supposed to be based on Chinese characters. Chinese zodiac. This is rat. I did do these with reference. This is the same colored pencils as before, plus white Posca pen. This is ox. This is tiger. I did do a lot of research when I got into this project to see exactly how many different zodiac collections there are in the world. And mostly it seemed like there's just like American slash Western and like Asian. And at least for what I saw, it looked like Chinese zodiac kind of encompassed like China, Japan, Korea, um, all of like the Asian countries. If I'm wrong, apologies, but that's what I saw when I was looking into this. This is Rabbit. I also thought it was kind of interesting. I've known about the Chinese zodiac, I think, since I was a kid. I didn't necessarily know the story behind it. I think it's kind of fascinating. This is Dragon. But the story, at least for what I remember, um, all of these animals are in a race. That's really the only detail that kind of sticks out. I'm sure there's a lot more to it. This is Snake. This is Horse. And yes, I for all of these, I did the character first and then went back to do the background and kind of like the glowing around it. So some of these I did do the symbol twice and decided which one I liked. This is Goat. This is Rooster. Monkey. Dog. Pig. Excuse me. Also, when I was getting into the character part, um, no, I think it was when I researched the project to begin with. Aside from animals, uh, um, they also have symbols for elements, so I did those as well. Some of the colored pencil I used here and here are the same, some of them aren't. I used the same gray and then just switched out to try to represent the various elements. Still colored pencil with white Posca pen. This is Fire. Earth. Metal. Water. Wood. And again, this is just the same swatch as before to see how alcohol markers and colored pencils. Okay, here, excuse me, colored pencil on top of black paper. I think I was going for like a night sky reflected on a water source. Same thing here. And again, Same thing here. It does look kind of neat on camera, but I wouldn't necessarily say any of these kind of hold up. Same thing here as before, like the moon reflected, but instead of having it kind of centered, it's like off to the side. Same thing here. Clearly I was trying to capture something that I just wasn't getting. Here is just the moon along with some clouds. This one might be kind of hard to see. This is just kind of an abstract I was playing with. Same with this. Just kind of a abstract shapes. Camera's not really picking up all the color, I think, but the shapes almost resemble cells to me, like human cells, kind of shooting stars. This is colored pencil and white gel pen. Same with this, colored pencil and gel pen, white gel pen. Colored pencil, shooting star. Excuse me. And another attempt at an aurora borealis. Yeah, another attempt at an aurora borealis. I figured if I did it on, I think I was thinking if I did it on black paper, I would be like halfway there. Instead of white paper with marker. I'm not sure what this was supposed to be. Maybe just a doodle on black paper. Creature design. White gel pen and colored pencil. Another swatch page. I don't remember if, well, I'm not sure if there's a name for it, but there, I think, used to be this drawing thing that, I don't know, early 2000s or earlier, where you, with a marker or whatever, just draw like squiggly lines and then you fill it in. I think that's what I was trying to do here. Kind of the same as the last page, but a little bit more uniform. And again, kind of the same as the previous page. Just like an abstract. Another abstract. Kind of like floating bubbles. Same thing, kind of floating bubbles. Some of these colors I think the camera's just not picking up on. Another abstract. Okay, here's kind of like the continuation for like the zodiac signs. I did uh, on brown toned paper in an attempt at like freehanding the our sun and planets. So this is the sun, moon, our moon. No, this is Mercury. My mistake. Um, I was I remember I did research each planet in our solar system. This is Venus. Um, we're not the only planet who has a moon. I I think I was originally gonna do like all of the moons, but not just like our moon, but like all of the moons in our solar system. And as I was researching, quickly decided not to do that because some of these planets have literally thousands of moons. Mars, Jupiter. I did do these with reference. Saturn. I know that maybe some of these, maybe you can see, aren't perfectly round. Maybe I shouldn't point that out, but I'm pretty sure I freehanded all of these. Uranus. This is all colored pencil. I'm still happy with these. Neptune. Pluto. Um, I know, well, yeah. Okay, so going back to the Asian symbols, I went through and decided to continue that project by doing animal representation as well. So snake, this would be for the Chinese zodiac, snake, rabbit, and this is the same colored pencil with white Posca pen to try to add highlight. I did try to keep these designs fairly simple. I don't have written here what this one is supposed to be. I mean, they should line up with the other Asian symbols. However, I do have these all digitally on my computer, so I can look the name of this one up really quick. Because, I mean, obviously it's a cat, but it shouldn't be like Leo. Okay, this is Tiger. Which, I mean, I was getting like Panther, which I know wasn't right. Okay, and then this was kind of the interesting part for the zodiac, because we have Taurus and they have, or Western has Taurus and Chinese has ox, pig, horse, goat, which again, they have goat and we have Capricorn and also Aries, which is represented by a goat-like creature, dog, rooster, rat, dragon, monkey, okay, and then this is getting into kind of the Western symbols. Um, I did try to find full animal representation for all of the Western symbols as well, but couldn't find anything that wasn't somebody else's take, and I'm not trying to take somebody else's work. So this is Aquarius, which is like water bearer, um, which I saw references for like female holding a jug, and I just tried to kind of stylize both of those elements together. Pisces, I think. I should know this, but yeah, Pisces. I was checking my computer. Okay, Aquarius or Aries, Taurus, and then this was another one that I saw that generally had uh, uh, people representation versus animal. Libra, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Here I was trying and failed at a Libra a couple of times. And for that, there's another fail. This is Libra. The post-it note is just the date what it's supposed to be, supplies I used, and how long it took me. Scorpio. Sagittarius. Another human representation along with a horse. Some of these might be kind of obscure, and I feel like if you have to explain it, it doesn't read proper, but maybe I should be explaining these anyway. I mean, I did explain for, I don't know. I guess if you want me to explain them, let me know, and I will. But horse, person, I was trying to combine elements, so person, horse, and the bow, which might be obscure, but Capricorn. And then these were the last few pages. I did these as digital paintings, which is why it's just line art, but creature design, kind of an abstract design, like a bubble world, I guess. Another like random design. And then for this, I had seen another artist on YouTube who did these kind of scribble pages and then created art out of it. I've tried it twice now. Both of them are horrible, but I tried. And then just a random kind of rainbow creature design. Anyways, this took me about 3 years, no, 4 years to finish. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. If nothing else, you got to see a lot of my failed art. But anyways, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.